World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. A federal immigration officer has shot and killed a man in Minneapolis, sparking widespread protests and tensions in the city. Officials say the shooting happened Saturday morning in South Minneapolis during a federal immigration enforcement operation. The Associated Press reports the man who died has been identified by his family as 37-year-old Alex Jeffrey Pretty, a registered intensive care unit nurse who worked at a Veterans Affairs hospital. According to the United States Department of Homeland Security, federal agents were conducting an operation when the man approached them with a handgun and violently resisted attempts to disarm him, prompting an officer to fire in what they described as defensive shots. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara confirmed the man was believed to be a lawful gun owner with a carry permit and declined to offer additional details about the encounter. The shooting drew hundreds of protesters into the frigid streets, and clashes broke out between demonstrators and federal officers following the incident. In other news overseas, United States President Donald Trump has warned that he will impose a 100% tariff on all Canadian goods if Canada enters into a trade deal with China. In a post on Truth Social, as reported by the BBC, Trump said Canada would be immediately hit with the tariffs if it makes any agreement with Beijing, accusing the country of possibly becoming a gateway for Chinese products into the US. It is noted that Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney earlier announced a strategic partnership with China aimed at easing trade tensions and reducing tariffs, a move Trump initially described as a good thing. However, relations between the two countries have worsened after Carney said at the World Economic Forum in Davos that the US-led world order had been fractured and urged other middle-sized countries to stand together against economic pressure from larger powers. Trump responded by saying Canada lives because of the United States and later withdrew Canada's invitation to join his newly formed Board of Peace. Canada's U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc denied pursuing a free trade deal with China, saying the talks only resolve specific tariff issues and that Canada is focused on strengthening its economy and expanding global trade ties. And finally, Japan will accept more than 1.23 million foreign workers over the next 5 years until the end of fiscal year 2028 under its specified skilled worker and new skill development programs. According to GG Press, the Japanese government said the worker quota includes jobs in 19 fields with new sectors added such as linen supply, distribution and warehousing, and resource recycling. Up to about 806,000 foreign workers will be admitted under the specified skilled worker type 1 status, which allows foreigners to stay in Japan for a maximum of 5 years. Another 426,000 workers will be accepted under a new skill development and employment program set to start in fiscal year 2027, beginning in April next year, covering 17 job fields. The government said the limits were based on projected labor shortages after accounting for local hiring and productivity improvements. The new program will replace Japan's technical intern system and aims to help foreign workers qualify for specified skilled worker status within 3 years. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5 for Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.